Hello Diaspora family, welcome back to our channel. Family, diaspora life isn't easy. Let's talk about sad moments that we have had in diaspora or during the entire life that we are living in diaspora. Family, we left our countries and we came into diaspora. Little did we know that we will come across sad moments, sad days while we live in diaspora. I will tell you about my experience, family. And I believe this experience, a lot of diasporans, a lot of people have come across this experience of sad moments and sad days. And that's how we end up saying diaspora life isn't easy. I remember very well, family, when I came into this country, I settled really well, and I was working. My family joined me, that is my husband, my children, and we were living well. But there came a day when we visited back home, and we had a nice time. During that time, when we went back home with family, with friends, and on that day, I just received a message that my brother was not feeling well. I thought it was just a moment of, having those ailments in life, and then he will get better. Well, we went to visit him where he was living. Family, to my surprise, he was not well. He was not well, family. His body was swollen. His legs were swollen. And it hits hard when you know that your days to come back to diaspora are nearer, and here you see that your brother is not well like that. So we had to take him to hospital. Unfortunately, at hospital, well, they were treating him, but he ended up being unconscious. So family, this was really sad for me to see my brother, whom I thought was going to live, whom I had not even visited when I came. And the first visit was to see him in that state. Well, family, my brother passed on. It was really sad. It was a difficult moment. It was not easy. It was not easy, family. And then I thought it was going to be much better because I was there. I had time to grieve with the family, and we laid him to rest. And I thought it was going to be much better because I managed to be with the family. But family, after that, we had to travel back. Grieving is a process. And when you leave your family, grieving, and you leave everybody not settled as far as grief is concerned, and then you move back to diaspora, it's something really difficult. Anyway, there was nothing to do but to come back. But then there comes times when you sit and you start thinking about your brother. You start thinking about all the good memories, everything that you used to say together, the chats, all these things, all these good things that you used to have. And then you start thinking that he's no more, he's no longer there to be seen again. You're no longer going to have a conversation. All this comes into mind, family, and it's very sad. to sit and think that your beloved is no longer there. Family, I'm talking about this. This is lived experience I'm talking about. And many diasporans come across this experience, family. And it's something that many diasporans experience, and it's not easy. Well, I settled and I thought, okay, the grieving is settling, and ndagara unenge uchifunga kuti pamwe zvaanani, and unenge uchifunga kuti pamwe zvinenge zvaanani. You accept, because grieving needs to be accepted. Loss needs to be accepted, because we know that loss is something that everybody gets nearer and nearer. Everybody will be gone somewhere at one point. And this is something that you accept. And then, family, as time goes on, after a few years, I'm at work. I receive a phone call from my sister, and she says, Mom is not well. She says, Mom is not well. I said, what's the matter? Is she eating? Is she drinking? She says, no, she's not drinking. And she was just like floppy. And she told me that she has even informed my mother's family that she's not well. You know, sometimes when somebody tells you that they've already informed the family of your mother that your mom is not well, it's something not right. Well, I said, where is she? You need to take her to hospital. She said they would do that. So they took Mom to hospital, and she was taken, she was there, and I said, I'm coming. So she was given all these fluids. You know, when you go to hospital, they hydrate you, they do all things that makes you feel a little bit better. And the following day, I asked how she was, and I was informed that she was much better. And she was chatting, she was talking, and everybody felt a bit of relief. I said I was coming, and I was informed not to bother because she was improving. I insisted, and you know, when you apply, you ask for time off to go and see family back home. It's not like you'll be given the whole month, family. You'll be given like few weeks, or maybe 2 weeks or so. And that's what happened. I was given a week to go and see my mother and see how she is. And then I had to say, well, if she's not well, then I can get some of my annual leave days. Yes, that was okay. That was granted. So I traveled, family. So when you travel, you are in all these sad moments as well, family. You are just thinking, you know, the whole journey is not something that you enjoy or something that you wish for. You'll be just thinking, okay, how is she now? How is she doing? I arrived there and I went straight to hospital to see how she was. To my surprise, she appeared well hydrated, but she was very, very confused, of which I could tell that she was not well. During the entire time I've known my mother, she has never refused to eat. She has never refused to drink. She liked her food, but now she wasn't eating. She was not drinking, which is something that showed me that she was not well at all. The confusion part is something that showed me that she wasn't well. Well, my mom had lived a life. She was over 90 years, of which she appreciated before she even got ill that she had lived life. And we had time that we had to discuss about this. And she clearly said that if she happened to go to hospital, she didn't want any major interventions. All she wanted was to be pain-free. So I spoke to the doctors and they informed me that they wanted to intervene and see if she could do better. Well, I asked them whether it was going to change her life to go back to baseline, and their reply was like negative. So the thing was to look after mom and make sure that she was pain-free. Family, these are sad moments. You know, when you have your mother, it doesn't matter how old she is, you always want to see her. If life permits that she is alive at all times, probably everybody would like to see their parents, their family live long. And I don't think anybody would wish to lose their family or to lose any member of their family. But time will come when these sad moments will hit, when these sad days come. So, family, it happened that a sad day arrived and my mom passed on. So I was thinking, when I was grieving again, I was thinking, well, my mom, my brother passed on, my mom has now passed on. What was I gonna do? And I had only 1 week. Anyway, I was given more time to stay back and do all the funeral arrangements and everything, family. This happened and I had to come back. You know, when you come back and you sit there, you start thinking, well, I left my mother. She's already there and she's no longer going to be visible. She's no longer going to be seen again. And there's no more chatting. There's no more talking. It's all finished. These are sad moments that you'll be thinking about, and it's very difficult to digest, family. It's very difficult to digest, but there's no choice when it comes to this. There's nobody with a choice or an alternative, but just you have to move through the journey and end up accepting. Well, the good part of it is that I had done good for my family. I had looked after my mom. I had done everything that I could to make her happy. I looked after her to the best of my knowledge, and I did everything that I could do for her to have a happy life when I was here in diaspora. But the sad moments, the sad days will continue to hit when you are sitting there alone and you are thinking about that you will never see your mother again. So this is something that a lot of diasporans have gone through, a lot of people have experienced, and this is a living experience that we cannot do away with. And then family, I came back, and then a few years later, I woke up to a phone call in the morning that was telling me that my sister, and this is the sister that I come after, I received a phone call to say she was vomiting, she was not feeling well, and this phone call was coming from her husband. Family, this was a shock of my life because although she was having a high blood pressure and heart problems, I never anticipated to get such a call. Well, I informed them to take her to hospital, which they were about to do anyway. They took her to hospital, and we had to ask the doctor to see her when she got to the city, which happened. And to my surprise, not my surprise as such, but it was something that hit me hard, family, when the doctor told me that my sister was not doing very well. Well, I had to ask for a video call to see how she was. We had a video call, and all I could see was that my sister was not well. I asked her what was happening and where the pain was, and she only told me that she can't lift her arms, she can't open her eyes, she couldn't do anything. So she was taken to hospital, but only to stay in hospital for 30 minutes, family. I had to go to the funeral. Family, this was a sister of mine who was kind of my confidant. She was somebody who we used to speak, we used to talk. You know, something that is really on your heart. This is somebody that I used to speak with. This is somebody that I used to pour everything that I wanted to speak about. So you can imagine that this somebody is now gone. And the going that you never expected, the passing on that just came suddenly while you are not even aware, to be just caught like that. You know, she was just taken like what the Bible says, that death comes like a thief. And this is exactly how I felt, that my sister was like stolen. So family, I had time to grieve my sister, but well, I had to come back to Diaspora. So there came times when I used to sit there and think, because she was like a friend to me. She was a sister, and she was a friend. I have sisters, yes, they're all friends, but she was young enough to be somebody that I can talk to, share with, because she was the one I come after. So family, it starts again to hit hard when you are back. When you have these times when you sit alone, you start thinking about everything that you used to talk about. And then sometimes you start thinking, oh, I wanted to say something to her. I wanted to say this. I didn't finish this. And then there's nobody to talk to about it anymore. It's just a done deal. So these moments and these days, they are not easy, family. They are not easy. They are so difficult. And sometimes, you know, you don't know how to deal with them. You don't know what to do. You just know that it's something that comes in life, but it's very difficult. And I know that family, a lot of you have come across these experiences. But what I know is sharing is caring. That's what people say. I know that by sharing my experience, how I feel, how it hits hard when I have these sad moments. I know that some of you have such moments as well. I know that some of you have gone through this, have lost their loved ones, and you go through these sad days, you go through these sad moments, you've come across everything. Family, let's share. Let's share, family. This is a safe place to share your lived experiences, and sometimes by sharing we get healing as well. Sometimes if you speak about experiences, be sad, be good, you get something out of it. So family, I feel that by sharing sometimes these sad moments, and I was having a sad moment, a sad day, so I thought I need to speak about it. So family, I thank you for being with us. I thank you for being here. Let's hear from you. Let's hear from you what you say about your sad days, your sad moments. And this is how diaspora isn't easy, family. I see you next time.